In Jujutsu Kaisen, there are fighters who stand above everyone else. They're not just strong, they're legends. These are the Special Grade Sorcerers. Think of them like the rock stars of the Jujutsu world, the rare few who have skills and power so great that normal sorcerers can't even compare. Officially, there are only 4 of them, but when you count monsters like Sukuna and Kinjaku, the list grows to 6. And today, we're breaking it all down. We'll explain who these 6 special grade sorcerers are, what makes them so dangerous, and why each of them is completely broken in their own way. Let's dive in. Satoru Gojo. First up is the fan-favorite Satoru Gojo. Kinji Hakari himself has said Gojo is his favorite, and it's easy to see why. Gojo's power comes from an inherited technique in the Gojo clan called Limitless. This ability literally turns the idea of infinity into reality, letting him bend and twist space however he wants. But here's the kicker: only someone born with both Limitless and the 6 eyes can truly master it. Gojo is the first in 400 years to be born with both. Limitless gives him several deadly techniques. The first is Infinity, the neutral state. Infinity works by dividing space between Gojo and his enemy into endless parts. In math, if you keep dividing something, you never reach 0. Gojo uses this idea to stop everything that comes near him. It slows down forever and never touches him. But don't get it twisted, he's not completely untouchable. Infinity can be countered in 3 ways: by using a domain expansion, a special anti-domain move called domain amplification, or a cursed tool that cancels techniques like the inverted spear of heaven or black robe. Infinity can also be used to attack. In Shibuya, Gojo crushed Hanami with it. Against Sukuna, he even used Infinity to throw an entire building at him. That's how broken this ability is. Then there's Blue, the power of attraction. Blue creates negative space, which forces the universe to correct itself, pulling everything together like a magnet. In its maximum state, it becomes a black hole-level force that clears whole areas. Blue also lets Gojo move at insane speeds and power up his strikes, like when he punched Sukuna. The opposite of Blue is Red, the power of repulsion. Red is super hard to use because it needs twice the cursed energy of Blue and requires reverse cursed energy control. When released, Red creates a huge explosion that blows everything away. But Gojo's trump card is Hollow Purple, a mix of red and blue. It forms a destructive imaginary mass that erases everything it touches, even Gojo, if he's not careful. This move is so rare that even many in the Gojo clan don't know it exists. On top of that, Gojo can teleport himself and others by compressing space, and his most dangerous move of all is his domain expansion, Infinite Void. Inside this domain, his opponent's brain gets flooded with endless information, leaving them completely helpless. Only Gojo and those he touches are safe inside it. He can even activate it for just 0.2 seconds, which is enough to paralyze enemies for minutes. Finally, let's talk about his 6 eyes. Unlike Limitless, 6 eyes isn't a technique, it's a natural gift. It lets Gojo see cursed energy with insane detail, even if his eyes are covered. He can track the flow of cursed energy so well that he spends almost no energy when fighting, making him nearly unstoppable. The drawback: he can't turn 6 eyes off, so covering them with a blindfold helps reduce fatigue. Add in Black Flash, reverse cursed technique, and anti-domain moves like Simple Domain and Falling Blossom Emotion, and it's no wonder Gojo is the strongest sorcerer alive. Ryomen Sukuna. Now let's talk about his rival, the king of curses, Ryomen Sukuna. Sukuna's true innate technique is still a mystery, but we do know his signature moves: Dismantle and Cleave. Dismantle is his basic slash, usually for objects, but it works just as well against sorcerers and curses. Cleave, on the other hand, is smarter. It reads the toughness and cursed energy of his target and adjusts itself to cut them down in one blow. It uses more energy, so Sukuna saves it for the right moments. He can even spread Cleave like a spider web by slashing the ground. In chapter 249, He used his slashes so precisely that he grabbed Yurum's katana without touching it almost. Like Gojo's Infinity.Sukuna also has a fire technique called Open, which creates flame arrows. It's powerful enough to kill both Jogo and Maharaga, but his deadliest move is his domain expansion, Malevolent Shrine. Unlike most domains, it has no barrier and covers up to 200 meters. Within that area, everything gets endlessly cut by cleave and dismantle until Sukuna chooses to stop. On top of that, Sukuna can take over people's bodies by feeding them his fingers. When he switched from Yuji to Megumi, he gained access to Megumi's 10 Shadows technique, making him even deadlier. Sukuna can also heal with Reverse Cursed technique and defend against domains with moves like Domain Amplification and Hollow Wicker Basket. Suguru Geto next up is Suguru Geto, Gojo's former best friend. His technique, Cursed Spirit Manipulation, lets him absorb curses he defeats and control them. He turns them into little cursed energy balls and swallows them, though he admits they taste horrible. If the curse is at least 2 grades weaker than him, he can absorb it without fighting. But for stronger curses, he must beat them first. He can summon any of his absorbed curses later, and there seems to be no limit on how many he can control. Geto's ultimate move is Maximum Uzumaki, where he fuses all his curses into one massive energy blast, but its real secret is that it can extract techniques from high-level curses for one-time use. While we never saw Geto use this, Kinjaku later did after taking his body. Kinjaku, speaking of which, let's move on to the master manipulator himself, Kinjaku. His innate ability lets him swap bodies by transplanting his brain into others, even corpses. This has allowed him to live for over 1,000 years, stealing techniques, energy, and memories from every body he's taken. One of his earliest bodies was Noritoshi Kamo, during which he created the death paintings by fusing humans and curses. This made Noritoshi infamous as the most evil sorcerer in history. Later, he possessed Kori Itadori, Yuji's mother, and gained her broken anti-gravity system, which negates or reverses gravity. He even arranged Yuji's birth, possibly to create the perfect vessel for Sukuna. After Gojo's student Yuta defeated Geto, Kinjaku claimed Geto's body, giving him Cursed Spirit Manipulation and Uzumaki. Unlike Geto, he used Uzumaki to extract techniques like Mahito's Idol Transfiguration, which he used to start the culling game by altering souls. Kinjaku's domain, Womb Perfusion, is barrierless and unleashes devastating blasts. Though little is known about it, he can also heal with Reverse Cursed technique, power up his curses, and make multiple Uzumaki attacks strong enough to kill Yuki Tsukumo. Yuki Tsukumo next is Yuki Tsukumo, the mentor of Oitadu. Yuki doesn't work with Jujutsu High because she hates the higher-ups' methods. Instead, she tries to solve the root problem by eliminating cursed energy from humanity. Her technique is Star Rage, which lets her add virtual mass to her body or her Shikigami, Garuda. This makes her attacks insanely powerful without slowing her down. With this, she could punch through Kinjaku's body with ease. Garuda, meanwhile, can transform into a whip, restraints, or even a soccer ball-like weapon. Star Rage also gives Yuki the power to turn herself into a literal black hole, though it kills her in the process. Kinjaku admitted it could have destroyed the world if not for barriers keeping it contained. Yuki can also use Reverse Cursed technique, Simple Domain, and has her own domain expansion, though we never saw it. Yuta Okkotsu. Finally, let's talk about Yuta Okkotsu, the prodigy and second special grade student after Gojo. Even with only 1 year of experience, he became special grade. He also has the second largest pull of cursed energy in the series, second only to Sukuna. Yuta's power comes from his cursed partner, Rika, who can partially or fully manifest. Fully manifested Rika acts as external storage, holding cursed energy, weapons, and techniques. Yuta's innate ability is Copy, which lets him duplicate techniques Rika has stored. We've seen him copy Cursed Speech, Sky Manipulation, and a Shikigami technique. The exact conditions aren't clear, but it seems Rika must consume a part of the original user. Rika can also fight on her own, shooting beams of cursed energy strong enough to overpower Geto's Uzumaki. But Yuta can only keep Rika fully manifested for 5 minutes. Yuta also has reverse cursed technique, healing others even from poison, and can use Black Flash, his domain expansion. True mutual love takes copy to its ultimate form, filling the battlefield with swords, each holding a different copied technique. In theory, Yuta could even copy something like Hollow Purple and throw it at Sukuna.outro, and that's it. The 6 special grade sorcerers of Jujutsu Kaisen. Each of them is so broken in their own way that they feel like final bosses in any other story. Of course, there are other characters who could make this list, but that's a discussion for another time. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to subscribe. It keeps this channel alive and lets us bring you even more deep dives into Jujutsu Kaisen.